Monday morning, one rural farm business assistance organization has received a grant to continue building a local food supply after the funding cuts. Billy Brightman live in the newsroom with details on this. Billy, good morning.
Good morning. New Growth was awarded a $2 million grant by the Patterson Family Foundation to help build up rural entrepreneurship. One of New Growth's projects, the Heartland Regional Business Center, was funded by a USDA grant. That grant was terminated, but through its work, the organization realized the need and demand for a program that could help middle market farmers build local supply chains was high. This grant is helping revive the program as the Heartland Food Business Coalition in areas of Kansas and Missouri. It hopes to provide technological assistance to food and farm businesses and specialty crop growers.
Local food is actually not as local as we think in one small town, much bigger, right? So if you think about across the region, strengthening the local food system ensures that everyone who wants access to healthy food can get it. And it ensures that should we have any sort of cataclysmic events happen, that we have that supply chain has been created so that local food can be delivered. And so when global supply chains are disrupted, we can all still eat.
$1 million of this grant money will be given out by New Growth to other food and farming organizations so that they can help continue to build out the local supply chain and local food products. Live in the newsroom, Billy Brightman, KY3 News.